Hello, Internet.
Hi, my name is Danny.
I'm Patrick.
Cools. I make videos on the internet sometimes, and we decided to make a podcast.
And because we realized that it would just be us talking about like nothing for an hour, we decided to call it Nothing Cast. So welcome to the pilot episode of Nothing Cast. If all three of you are listening.
I don't know what this is gonna become. Probably nothing. But that's what it is already.
Yeah, this could be terrible. This might not make it to the interwebs. We'll never know.
Basically, we wanted to do like sometimes we wanted to make like a video about a movie or a TV show or something, and we're like, well, we could talk about this specific thing, and it's like, but that's not good enough for a video.
No, it's not. It's not really a review. It's just more like a comment on the
like
material.
So yeah, that's probably what we're going to talk about. Just some random
some things. So
we
got a list of topics we've been compiling for quite a few weeks, days, hours.
Quite a few weeks. So this is something that you discovered first. It's about the movie Delivery Man, starring Vince Vaughn.
Oh yes. Oh, okay.
This is interesting.
This is very interesting. So, in 2013, there was So I'll start with So in 2011, this movie came out, directed by Ken Scott, I think it was, called Starbuck.
I'm gonna quote you on that.
Anyways, the movie's called Starbuck. And it's about this guy who donated a lot of sperm to this bank when he was a teenager, and and the guy's name was David Wozniak, and turns out he has like 156 kids that are all his biologically, but he doesn't know any of them until now because they're trying to sue him. Yeah. Now, what I've just described is the exact plot of Delivery Man, so I was genuinely pissed off that what happened is that Delivery Man, it comes out 2 years later, they cast Vince Vaughn, add about 400 more kids to the mix, and now we have...
now they made money.
Yeah, they made money. I'm like, this is really pissing me off. It's like, there was a great movie before this that came out 2 years before, and it was a French Canadian film. Two things that made it unsuccessful, although it was better than Delivery Man.
Yeah, it has a
higher IMDb
rating on IMDb. So it's probably a better movie.
So I'm all pissed off, and then, guess what? Delivery Man is also directed by Ken Scott. So there you have it. That's how you make money. He realized he fucked up. He's like, oh shit, I just lost a bunch of money. And then Vince Vaughn's like, I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. And it's like, you're perfect. Come with me. Yeah. We're remaking Starbucks.
So this guy, Ken Scott, is probably like the smartest person.
He's the smartest person on the planet.
Comes up with this idea for a movie, makes it, but it's like French, so no one watches it. And then he's like, fuck this. I'll make it the exact same movie again, but with Vince Vaughn. And I'll make shitloads of money.
Oh my god, I just realized something. Okay, there's a part of Delivery Man where he's like growing pot in his basement. Is that not a Canadian thing to do?
That is so Canadian.
It's so Canadian.
Everyone has a pot basement.
We have a pot basement.
We would know because we're Canadian.
We're Canadian. We got pot everywhere. Like, we just have to cut through this stuff just to get to the computer. Like, seriously. We lose billions of dollars on heating lamps every year.
That's actually really funny.
Okay.
Yeah, why else would Vince Vaughn be growing pot? He's not really that much of a
drug dealing
type of guy.
Did Kobe Smulders his wife?
Yeah, Kobe Smulders was in that.
What's she doing?
She was like a cop or something?
Yeah, she's like, I'm a cop and I don't like you. Now that I had a kid with you and I'm not even gonna try.
Okay. It's fine. Like, Delivery Man isn't a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's just like an whatever, Vince Vaughn movie. Blah,
blah. Vince Vaughn-verse.
Whatever. It's fine.
I have a theory about the Vince Vaughn-verse. Okay, this is my Vince Vaughn-verse theory. Is that
theory that because Vince Vaughn basically plays the same character.
Yeah, because he plays the same character in every movie. Basically what it is that Vince Vaughn is a different... he has a different name in each reality, but he's the same person. who basically just doesn't really know what he wants to do with his life. So it just shows. So each movie is just a different adventure in the Vince Vaughnverse. So it's kind of like Bioshock Infinite, if you know the story in that way. That there's always a Vince Vaughn, and occasionally an Owen Wilson.
Is it like an anthology series where like every episode is like a new story that doesn't really have anything to do with the last story, but it's always like the same character kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah, that's Bioshock Infinite. Okay. So basically, it's
I've not played Bioshock Infinite.
Neither have I, but I know the story. I read. It's like a friend of mine's like, you gotta check out the story. It's really cool. And then he showed it to me online. I'm like, oh man, this is the coolest thing ever. So, yeah, basically the factor that repeats in each universe is Vince Vaughn and occasionally Owen Wilson. So, go figure. I think that's, Alright,
let's look at my
concluding comments on it.
Here's just a question that I thought. Do comic books, because I like reading comics.
Same.
Do you think that comic books often ruin themselves with the title of the comic?
Where it's like Spider-Man: The Death of Gwen Stacy. I wonder what happens this issue.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, I think this is something that...
But a lot of the time, it'll just be the death of character stories that ruins the title. But
that's true.
The title, like, sometimes it'll be like, the title isn't always like, Spider-Man fights Sandman and then loses. Like, it'll just be, Spider-Man number whatever. This issue, he faces the Sandman.
Yeah, but exactly. Like, it's... I mean, that's an older type thing. Like, if you look at old trailers for movies and stuff, they basically just explain what happens in the movie. And so, like, the title...
the Psycho trailer. The Psycho trailer is so bad.
No, it's great. I think it's great.
I think it's hilarious.
No, okay. Let me say my point, though.
Yeah.
So, like, old comics, if you look at their cover, like, it's just like, oh, this issue, Spider-Man does this. And then it, like, lists, like, 2 or 3 different things that Spider-Man does in that issue. And, like, I think that's just, like, an older thing that movies have, like, shone away from. They're like, oh, no, we can't spoil the movies and stuff like that. But comics, like, have kind of kept that.
But ironically, comic book TV has kept that with the next time on this episode, this is going to happen.
This is going to happen.
And so it's like, aha!
Well, I think
they're using it to pay homage to the comics.
I think that might just be, like... some TV like more broad TV shows, just kind of like just whatever's on like CBC or no what's the channel, ABC.
ABC.
So, like that kind of show, or like the CW, like just kind of like not your like AMC like higher level HBO type
we
stuff.
Used to play movies, but now like, we have a total of 3 TV shows.
Only have 4.
4 TV shows.
Whatever. But, like, I think it's just... I don't know. It's something I thought was always kind of interesting. It's, like in comics, it's, like, they just kind of explain, like, oh, so, you know, Spider-Man is going to do this Spider-Verse event that's going to go for this many issues, and this is what's going to happen in it.
Oh, something that...
Buy it, because you'll like it.
Okay, sometimes you know how, for... like, sometimes episodes of a TV show will be like, oh, this celebrity or someone will guest star in this episode.
Right.
And they do that with comics. It's like, look,
there's Daredevil.
There's Daredevil. He's in this Avengers comic.
Yeah.
So, oh, man, look, watch what happens when Daredevil meets the Avengers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Watch what happens when Stan Lee makes a cameo.
Yeah.
That was the worst. They gave away the entire cameo.
Yeah.
They spoiled the cameo. That's the worst.
The next time on S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yes, it's like next time on S.H.I.E.L.D. Stan Lee makes a cameo, and then he's like, oh, my line, and then
that was it. And then you watch the episode,
and then there it was, my line, and then
that was it.
That was it.
I didn't see a preview for the one, his cameo in Agent Carter, though, so that one came up, I was like, whoa, it's Stan Lee!
Was he like a guy reading?
Just a guy reading.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. Can I look at your sports section? And it's just like, it's great when you don't know it's coming, because it's just like, oh, it's Stan. Like he can.
It's not like, oh, it's Stan Lee. Oh,
like
he's in this movie.
Like there's somewhere, like I think Stan Lee cameos are great because like no matter what it is, it's always like, oh, look at Stan Lee, and sometimes he'll just say like something that doesn't wouldn't it be funny if it wasn't Stan Lee? Like in Thor, when he pulls the hammer,
Yeah.
it just says, "Did it work?" And if that was any other person, you wouldn't think that would funny.
Yeah,
But
and then the part in Captain America: Winter Soldier when he says, "I am so fired." That is like if like a regular character said that, I would be like, I'd be like, I feel obligated to force a laugh.
Yeah, it's like,
but like because it was Stan Lee, I actually laughed.
It's like one of those, or like you're just kind of breathing more. You're just like.
Sorry, that was me breathing out.
Yeah.
I didn't actually find it funny.
Yeah, kind of thing. Well, yeah, because it's and even though we all know there's going to be a Stan Lee character.
Oh yeah, but you just don't know when.
We don't know when.
And that's what wrecked it in S.H.I.E.L.D. Was that season 1?
That was season 1.
Yeah, season 1.
Another bad season 1. Can we talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. for a minute?
Yeah, let's talk about S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay,
season 1.
So season 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. is really not very good.
No, it's not. Just like
what I was hoping was like every episode we meet like a new cool character from the Marvel universe.
They had Scorch.
But who the hell is Scorch?
Dude, Scorch.
The only person
come on, Scorch people. Come on.
The only person we got was Deathlock. And I didn't know who that was.
I didn't know who that was until S.H.I.E.L.D.
And that's fine, because that's another good thing they should do is introduce characters that we don't know who they are. That's another thing but they didn't really. That was it. That was Deathlock, right? Like, most of the time they're just like, oh, let's go find this 084.
Well, gotta find the 084. Oh, Sky, apparently you're an 084, and the whole village died to protect you. Oh, that's fascinating. I can hack computers and shit, but I don't really get really dangerous until
But I'm not a cool character.
But I'm not a cool character at all until season 2.
And, just a bunch of boring stuff.
Oh, yeah, Sky, she's loosely based off of Quake.
Quake, that's the character.
That's the character's name. And
she's in, I know this from, she shows up in Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, like every other character that they're introducing in the cinematic universe, the second season anyways of that show, which is great. Watch it.
That's a perfect transition into good cartoons that got canceled.
That is true.
But concluding thoughts on S.H.I.E.L.D. What were you?
Oh well, I was gonna say I really thought it would be cool to have you could do an episode with Doctor Strange, and you see how the magic stuff works, or maybe
oh wow,
or maybe Ghost Rider, or
Blade.
My main idea for a really cool episode would be an episode where they meet some vampires, and some vampires are killing some people, and then they come across Blade, and he's like, oh man, we gotta kill those vampires. And so they're killing vampires with Blade, and then at the end of the episode they're like, oh shit, there's way more vampires than we thought there was. We're gonna need some help. And then he's like, I know a guy. and then we see.
No, that's what Coulson says. Coulson says, I know a guy.
No, Blade said, why would Coulson know?
Because Coulson knows Blade, and then he's like, Blade, come down here. And it's like, oh my god, Blade's in this show.
Blade's like, I know a guy, and then you see fucking Buffy, and it's like, what? Oh, and then the episode
she's not a guy.
And then, you know what I mean? I know a person who can help us. And then Buffy comes, and then you got a Buffy Blade crossover episode. With S.H.I.E.L.D. That would be the coolest shit ever.
But there's another idea I had on the same topic of Buffy and Blade and S.H.I.E.L.D. Basically what happens is that, because in Avengers, it's like Hawkeye and Black Widow, which one of them is it's just like Budapest.
Okay, Black Widow's, the line is, Black Widow goes, this is just like when we were in Budapest, and then Hawkeye's like, you and I remember Budapest very differently.
And then that same line is in Buffy.
No, there's a really similar line in an episode of the first season of Buffy. Angel is talking to this one vampire girl, and she's like, blah blah blah, remember when we were back in Budapest? And he's like,
you and I remember Budapest very differently.
Well, it doesn't say that exactly. But there's a line about Budapest in the first season of Buffy.
Yes.
Look it up.
Yeah, anyways, my idea would be that what happens at Budapest is that S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are fighting vampires. Because why would a vampire be at Budapest? Only to fight S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, of course. Like they're talking about the same Budapest.
Oh, there's a war in Budapest.
There's a war in Budapest. And then what happened is that Blade broke it up. Blade shows up, he kills a bunch of vampires, and then only only Hawkeye sees Blade, and
Right.
then that's why he remembers it differently. And then Blade just like he's like, and then just like he takes a hole underground and just disappears.
Why? Because he can't go in the sunlight? Because Blade can go in the sunlight. That's the whole point, is that he's a vampire, but he can go in the sunlight. He's the daywalker.
It's a stupid idea, okay? It's very stupid.
You hadn't thought it through.
But he basically just like runs away or something, and then that's why in the episode of Shield with vampires, Coulson's all like, "I know a guy," and then Buffy,
And then Buffy
and then Blade shows up,
And then it goes,
for Blade.
And then you're for when Buffy shows. For when Buffy shows. Would you like Wesley Snipes back as Blade?
Didn't he go to jail at one point?
Yeah, but he's out. He's out now.
Oh, he's out. Oh, okay.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like they want to go younger, but
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover as Blade. I think they confirmed recently that Peter Parker is going to be Spider-Man, which is like, that makes sense.
I hate it when Bruce Wayne is Batman. That's just the worst.
Well, people were speculating that it would be Miles Morales.
Yeah, I think
which would be
that'd
fine.
be cool.
But like his whole point is that he's the second Spider-Man and he has to live up to like the mantle.
But then he would be able to do that like metaphorically with the movies, though. And he has to take the mantle of Sony's Spider-Man.
But it's also Marvel's Spider-Man, so I mean,
you know what,
it
Dan?
would be good.
You know what? Shh. Shh. They can do it well if we don't know what actor Spider-Man is until he reveals he's Peter Parker in the Civil War trailer.
Okay, here's my theory. Here's what I wanted. Well, what I thought would be really cool.
No, he takes something else. Surprise, it's Daredevil. It's Matt Murdock.
Okay, what I was hoping we would get in Civil War is they do that scene, and like this is the first time we see Spider-Man, and he's like, "Yo, everyone, I'm Spider-Man, and I'm gonna reveal my identity now because I think this is what we should do with the
Registration
program."
Act.
And he's like wearing the normal Spider-Man costume, and then he takes off his mask, and
he's black.
And he's Donald Glover, and he's like, "My name is Miles Morales, and I've been Peter Parker since I was 15. No, and I've been Spider-Man since I was 15 years old." I just think that would be really cool to like have the same scene, but like reversed with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
But Peter Parker makes a lot of sense to, and they could still do Miles later on. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they will eventually. But
yeah.
Okay. Peter Parker makes a lot of sense to introduce first. So I'm happy with that.
Peter shot first.
Peter shot.
Peter shot first.
You think we'll get that scene in Civil War?
Yeah. Well, because they're introducing Spider-Man, so why the hell not?
Because there's like a shitload of other things that they have to do in Civil War.
But that's like one of the really cool things that happens in Civil War that they would keep from the comic. Like of course they're not going to keep the part where a robot Thor kills Goliath because we don't have either of those characters. And then they have to
just be too much.
There's all those fictional characters that have to dig a giant grave hole for Goliath, and we wouldn't want to put those fictional characters through that.
We wouldn't want to put those extras through that.
Yeah. We wouldn't want to make the special effects people CGI a giant hole.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Something about Spider-Man. Okay, but like Spider-Man doesn't really have a large effect on Civil War. The Civil War story has a large effect on Spider-Man. So that's what I know. Like,
well, I want them to have Punisher in Civil War because he was fantastic.
Absolutely,
he was great. But he needs to be John Bernthal. We need to have a John
Bernthal is really good at playing an asshole.
It's like, who's an asshole that no one likes? It's like John Bernthal. That's.
I feel like
he'd be amazing.
What I think is they're gonna do is I think they're gonna have Winter Soldier play the role of Punisher because like basically they're like he's like a guy who kills people and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And who's also kind of a jerk. And so like he's already a character that
Winter Soldier could just become Punisher, like put on the old skull crossbones.
But he has his own thing going.
But it'd be like, oh look, it's Punisher. Then he has a metal arm. It's Winter Soldier.
So why would he be Punisher?
Because
Punisher's
then
his
you
own
could
character.
then you could do a big reveal. That's the plot twist at the end of the movie. That's the end credit scene.
It was Winter Soldier
end credit
the whole
scene
time.
is that it's Winter Soldier the whole time. Yeah.
Okay then. All right, let's look at what else I wrote down.
Such a dumb idea. So stupid. That is beautiful.
Do you want to talk about cartoons from the 2000s?
Oh, the good ones?
Because we almost talked about that.
Yeah, we almost talked about that. This is the perfect transition into this. Let's talk more about S.H.I.E.L.D.
So basically, I'm upset because there's no more...
I'm upset.
I'm upset.
I'm upset. I'm upset.
Because... Is that Whiplash?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure I got that.
It's the Whiplash
right.
reference for all you people who haven't seen Whiplash. all of you.
Fuck. Okay, so I'm upset.
I'm upset
because there's like no more good animated shows on right now. And we used to have Your Young Justice and Your Spectacular Spider-Man.
Cancelled.
And Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Cancelled.
And all they have now is like Avengers Assemble,
Ultimate Spider-Man,
and all these like cartoony shows
that weren't good.
And like Teen Titans Go, so which are like just okay, but they're all not only like they're aimed for like younger kids, which is fine. But you could also make a show that's good and have young kids like it also. So why not do that?
Like Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
That was the shit when I was a kid.
Like
I haven't seen a lot of it now.
You should rewatch all of it.
But it's
great.
really I don't. There's nothing to say it's bad now though. I have no reason to think that it's bad now.
And Teen Titans Go is fine. It's pretty funny actually. It's just like there's no reason. It's just really upsetting because it's like, why don't we just have the regular Teen Titans? It was just as funny and had actual storylines too.
Is there an episode
and character development and stuff?
Dan, is there an episode of the actual Teen Titans where they make fun of the Wonder Twins? Like, come on.
No.
Get wrecked.
But there was an episode where they eat waffles. So.
Are they tofu waffles?
Some of them are.
That's great.
So which one is really better?
It's a tough choice. It's all really coming down to the margin now. I don't know what that means, but it's really close.
Basically, I just want more cartoons that are good, and because right now there's Legend of Korra, which ended.
Well, that was good.
Which was really good.
Hey, we can just rewatch that. It's
I
like,
know,
oh no, it's like
we've done.
Which is no, okay, but you know what? It's not like I'm less disappointed that it's over because of how rewatchable it is. Because like with Avatar: The Last Airbender, when that's over, it's not like oh, it's over. It's like wow, that was a great series.
Really
this is really good because
watch it all again.
I'm gonna watch it all again for the 7th time because I love this show so much, and because they established from the beginning how it's going to end, like Breaking Bad, and how it's like, oh, okay, the series is going to end. It's not going to slowly crash and burn at season 10.
Season 12, yeah.
On season 12, sorry.
Jump the shark and by season 8 or whatever. Anyways, no, but like this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that show is going really good right now, and actually I think it's getting better. But like
better as compared to other turtle cartoons, or better than like earlier seasons.
Yeah, better than previous seasons because it's starting to do more like overarching storylines and stuff, as opposed to just oh no, a mutant, we gotta stop him, which is like the first and second season. But
okay, but you know what? Like, you know what?
There should And even that show, like, a lot of it is just, oh no, this thing for this one episode, Jokes. The end of the episode. Wow, what a good show.
Yeah, but my only problem with that show, even though I haven't seen any of it, is that I'm just a 2003ist, I guess, because I really like I really like the idea of I really like the idea of an Utrom shredder. Like, that was the coolest thing ever.
Even though that wasn't in the comic.
Even though that wasn't in the comics, it's still cool.
It's still pretty cool.
It's still cool. It's like, you cut off my head, I just pick it up and walk away. Like,
the shredder in that show, like, they don't fight him very much. They fight him like once, and then.
Hey, what about the future? They had an awesome future episode.
Splitter.
Okay.
No, in the new show. They fight him like a whole shitload of times in the 2000.
Yeah,
show.
so I was gonna say, like, I remember them fighting Shredder like every other
Shredder
episode.
like every other episode.
Every other episode. It's like, oh, gotta help
It's
Billy.
great.
Gotta help this cat or some shit
In like
for Christmas, and now we're fighting the Shredder again.
That's what like the 2012 show is like. It's like, what? Why is the Shredder even in this? He just like sits there and tells his goons to like do things.
Oh, but they introduced Hun in the new show recently, right?
Yes, they did, which is cool because he's from the 2003 show. I don't even know. He might be in the comics. I'm not sure. I haven't read every Turtle comic ever, so stop
you're
fiddling with that stapler.
You're getting there.
I'm trying. I want to because they're great.
I'll tell you to live
and
your
like
life.
violent and stuff. It's awesome.
So they like kill people.
Yeah.
So does Michelangelo like snap any people's necks with his nunchucks? So
No,
how do you like? Does he just beat them to death?
Well,
with
he
the
just
nunchucks?
beats people out mostly, but like.
Raphael and
Leonardo definitely kill people. There's this one part, you know, in the story where the turtles go to space and they have to fight in the in the arena, like the gladiator arena.
I love that.
With the Triceratons. There's a part where Donatello hits the Triceratops on the face with his staff.
Yeah.
Then it snaps in half.
Yeah.
And then he stabs the Triceratops with his broken bow staff. I was like, whoa, that's so badass. It's really cool.
Because Donatello in the show would be like, now if I hit my bow staff approximately across his
no, in the show they just
apex heel.
In the show they just fight them and then win.
Yeah.
It's not like they just knock them out and stuff, which is fine. Like, for that show, I felt like the 2003 show, they really were trying to go like the comics. There's just, like, certain things, like, they couldn't have the turtles kill people.
Or swear.
Or swear.
Do they swear?
They say, what the shell, and, like, they use shell as a swear word.
Why can't they use shit? That's a good one.
I know, they're like, oh, shell, and stuff like that, which I know they're like,
are you Keanu Reeves?
Just run with us.
Oh, shell.
Just
I am an FBI agent.
Whoa. But like, I felt like, whoa. What were we talking about? In that show, I feel like they were like, okay, so we're not allowed to swear, so just every time we say the word shell, just pretend that we're actually swearing, okay? Like, just work with us here. We're working with our G rating, all right? We have to keep it at a G rating. Even though, like, in that show, they use violence to solve all their problems.
The 2003 series?
Yeah. It's great.
It's amazing.
It's so good,
That's
though.
amazing.
I love it.
Where Splinter's like, conflict is not always the solution, unless it is.
Except for when it is. Like, you know how normally Splinter is, like,
a pacifist?
Just the wise one
We're draft dodgers.
Who instructs the turtles and warns them of danger and stuff like that. In that show, he's like, no, we gotta go beat up the Shredder. And he comes with them and, like, fights all the...
We're gonna kick his ass.
And stuff. He's like, don't worry, guys, I got this.
There's some moments in Korra where I wish they could swear where Toph's like, it's like you just... it's just like, it's like you keep getting your ass kicked.
I've been kissing... Yeah, basically she says, I've been kicking your ass all day long. Yeah. But, like, she says, I've been kicking your butt. And like,
just kill yourself.
Yeah, that usually annoys me when like someone says like, oh, I'll kick your butt and stuff like that. It's like, just swear, please.
Just say ass.
Just like
you're more threatening if you say.
Do
ass.
they say that in you know the Diver Whippet Kid movie? You know those like that scene with the bullies at Halloween? Do those guys say like, we're gonna kick your butt or something like that? I feel like they do.
I feel like they did.
I don't know. Just because, like, this is, like, so nothing to do with anything, but, like...
That's why it's called Nothing Cast.
The Diary of a Whippet Kid book is actually really great.
Yeah, it's like going back and thinking, it's like, wow, Greg is just a total
It is-
asshole.
it's
But it's
about
from
a
him.
guy.
It's from his perspective, and it's
he-
really funny.
He's just an ass. to
Yeah,
everyone.
he's just
And
yeah,
that's what's great.
yeah,
But like that scene in the book, like he
yeah.
draws the teenagers like
Yeah.
smoking and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and there's like references to things that like normal teenagers do.
Yeah.
And so, like, you assume that they're like, oh, they're just, normal dicks who are also teenagers.
They're just kind of like hanging out there,
that
waiting.
smoke and swear and stuff like that. But in the movie, it's like, oh no, they have to be cartoon characters because this is a kids' movie.
Yeah,
And it's
kids. Even though they're supposed to be in middle school, what is this shit?
They're like, well, I
Not-
guess, well, if they're in grade 6, then they're probably the right age. Probably,
I guess.
right?
It's,
I wanna- But then I guess they could be excused because, like, in middle school, it's like it's the exact middle of like puberty. So like some people look like way older than they should be. And
yeah, some people look like they're 23. Some people are 23.
and they explain that in the book and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
movie and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
So
basically-
they can get away with that, I guess.
Yeah.
Technically,
Mm-hmm.
those movies are dumb.
Yeah. And I hate the part in the second one when the view counter, it just keeps going up
Oh, yeah.
instead of...
I hate that.
That's in everything.
In every like
In everything. Guess what,
that you
people?
go on
Guess
YouTube.
what, people? You refresh the page
to
and it
refresh
goes
the
up. You have to
page.
refresh the page.
And
And then the view will
normally-
go up by one
And
because
normally
you
it'll
refresh.
just say 301 views.
301 plus.
301 plus views.
Oh, I remember there were...
Like in Kick-Ass, I know they do that because there's a video online of him
Yeah?
in the movie Kick-Ass, and it's like, whoa, look at the views, and the views go up as you're watching it. But like in
that's-
real life,
yeah. If
it would
that happened
just
in
say-
real life,
it would
that
say
happened.
301.
You know what happened in real life? It would say if the numbers actually went up like that, it would just be buffering the whole time.
The video?
No, if the views
Oh
went
yeah,
up
the
like
views
that.
were actually counted like they were. Yeah, it would be really laggy and probably buffering and stuff. Which is why YouTube can't even count like more than
It can't count past 300.
if it gets more than like 1,000 views in like a few minutes of it being out, then it's just like, oh, I don't know, 301. It's probably more than 301. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I think there's like a few episodes of Equals 3 where William Johnson is just like, oh, this video got like, I don't know, over 301 views because YouTube's view counter is still broken.
Yeah.
It was like,
And it still is. They have.
yeah.
I don't know why that because it worked before.
Yeah.
There's a point where
What
like
happened?
YouTube just broke. Like
Maybe it's might have been comes to the quantity of videos on YouTube and just the amount of
Maybe.
views that they're getting nowadays.
guess.
The views are just
just
ridiculous.
too fat, too many,
Too fast, too furious.
too fast, too furious
Yeah.
for them. I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I think that YouTube has been going downhill ever since Google bought it. And not like
Yeah.
I don't mean completely downhill. It's
Like
it's actually
YouTube, you can
getting
still
more
people
popular.
can still have careers and
But-
stuff.
No,
on it.
it's actually getting more popular.
But it's just
No, I
it's just
mean
becomes stupider. is
the
what you're
actual
saying.
site itself has become terrible,
Mhm.
and it's just gotten like every time they redesign it, it's like worse than like the last time.
Do you remember when videos loaded before you played them?
Yes. Oh my god.
I hate that
Do they
so
is
much.
it still like that?
Oh, I'm gonna go check.
I don't know.
I'm gonna check right now.
Because like before you could it's like, oh, this video is buffering, I'll just pause it, then the whole thing will load, and then I can watch it. And now if you pause the video, it stops loading.
Yeah.
Unless they change that, I don't know.
Oh, there's a teaser.
I don't want to watch it. I actually don't want to watch any more trailers for Star Wars. I know this
But
is
it's got Harrison Ford in it.
But I don't actually care. I don't want to watch.
Okay, I'm gonna watch how humans eat their food. Okay. After
But it's still doing it. See the gray part? The gray part stops when you
it
pause
stops once you pause.
So that means you. That's dumb.
Yeah, I know,
Who
right?
made up that?
I don't know, some
It
idiot.
doesn't make sense. Why would the video not load while you're pausing it? If you don't want the video to be there, then exit the page.
Yeah.
YouTube is the worst.
Yeah.
This video's probably on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're probably watching this
We're
on
huge hypocrites.
No, but I still think YouTube is terrible. I stand by my fact. By my statement.
It's the best video sharing website
Yes,
ever.
but it's still terrible.
Yes.
But it's also terrible.
Vine
It's just like
is fine.
other ones no one uses, like Vimeo. What the hell is that?
It's like YouTube, I guess.
and
Who cares? Who cares?
It's just like sites like that. It's like, but you can't watch like music videos on there, and you can't watch like
You can watch music videos on there at like school and stuff.
Vimeo, but
no,
they don't. There's a lot that aren't on there, and like this like Vimeo, you just search like YouTube, you search anything and you'll find it, whatever it is. But Vimeo, it's like you search anything and you might find a few videos that are somewhat related to that, and that's why YouTube is still the best.
It's like
one.
Vimeo, Croc and Hippo, and then it's like
nothing. There's probably nothing.
No, Vimeo. Oh, Vimeo is. Oh, I just came up with an amazing analogy. Okay. So if YouTube was Google Images, Vimeo would be clip art.
Yeah! That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Whoa.
I don't know how I just...
That's smart.
I'm brilliant.
Okay. I have some more topics if you want to go.
Sure. Topics. Clip art is terrible as well, I must say. It's like, you want a picture of a dog? No, I don't know what that is. Sorry. You must be from another planet. I don't know what a fucking dog is. Okay?
Sorry, yeah. And then you
go birthday cake? You want a birthday cake now? What's your problem, asshat?
And then Google Images is... You search dog and you get a naked woman.
No, you get bestiality. So basically what you said.
Yeah, basically what I said. Do people get butthurt from watching movies?
Hell yes.
I think they
do. What? Okay, there's an amazing episode, amazing last 7 minutes of the Remembrances episode of Legend of Korra, which is where Varric explains the plot for the best movie ever, the best mover ever, and afterwards, and then Bolin, being representing everyone ever, is saying that made no sense, that never happened. That's really stupid. And then Steve Blum, whatever, he's all like, relax, it's just a mover. That expression is dead.
Yeah, I know. No one says
that.
Movie.
People are like, oh no, it's real. I have to get upset over it now. Like, I remember this one time,
and now I'm offended that I saw someone.
I read a letter. I didn't exactly read, but I read like this newspaper article about this letter that this woman sent to Universal Studios about Fat Amy in Pitch Perfect, because she like went through a whole bunch of troubles with like weight problems, and she got like severely depressed and
really?
Yeah, and I'm like, what is your problem?
Seriously?
Like, this is just like someone who's just
Have you not seen Mike and Molly? That's all that show is. Is like
at
these people because they're fat.
No, but basically the point was that it's like, oh, Universal, you're terrible because you're like making like fat people like this a joke and stuff. But like I'm the way I saw it was like you're taking this like way too personally and way too seriously. Yeah. Like that's Fat Amy. Fat Amy isn't even like she's like one of the main characters, I guess, but she's not like. But Anna Kendrick is ultimately the main character, and Fat Amy is just a part of it, and they just call her Fat Amy, and she just doesn't care. Like she's just kind of and.
That's just the name of the character.
It's just like it's just kind of like the name
she's accepted.
Yeah, like Fat Neil in Community.
Yeah, but that's like, and they address that as like, no, we can't
cry your tears of gravy.
We shouldn't call that because that's really mean.
Yeah,
and then
but like in Pitch Perfect, she's just like someone who's accepted
who she is. Kind of thing.
And I think that's definitely a better message.
And I think that's just a large part of comedy in general. Is like laughing at yourself.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of...
I can't laugh at myself because I'm severely depressed.
There's a lot of there's a lot of comedians that are more that type of humor and have gotten far with it. Mm-hmm. Some that are like, it's like, it is stupid in a lot of cases. Like Kevin James is like that in a lot of his movies. Yeah. And it's really dumb.
Kevin James is just stupid. Like Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, I'm like, that looks dumb. You know what?
Man, I feel like Paul Blart Mall Cop.
I figured out which comedies are going to be funny and which ones aren't just from watching the trailers. I have that superpower.
You can usually tell because the ones that don't look that are going to be funny look terrible.
Yeah. No, it's just like this. It's like if you laugh in the trailer, it's like, oh, they just gave away all the good parts in the trailer. You can tell that with some movies, but then other movies. I
was gonna say, well, yeah, if you just laugh in the trailer, then it's probably a funny movie.
Yeah, no, but Dumb and Dumber 2, I laughed a lot in that movie.
Which movie?
Dumb and Dumber 2.
That is true, and I thought they gave away many of the good parts in the trailers.
But they didn't. There was a lot of great
really
parts.
funny parts.
Yeah.
In the movie. And it's a really stupid movie, but what would you expect? It's called Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah, like...
And the 2 is spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's T.O. Dumb and Dumber T.O.
And they even had a teaser for
Dumb and Dumber F.O.R. F.O.R. Dumb and Dumber 4.
I'm sure they won't make that movie.
No, I know. It's like History of the World Part 2, how they'll never make it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see Hitler on Ice and Jews in Space.
Just Jews in Space.
Just
make that a movie.
We're Jews in space.
No, it's just the Men in Tights song.
We're Jews. We're Jews in space. Ha! That's
tight space.
Okay. What the hell were we talking about?
We were talking about how fat people are really funny.
No, but we were talking about how people get
we're talking about how
movies.
people get butthurt for movies.
We were.
That's one example that I think is good. Yeah.
So, what's another one?
Okay. When the Hunger Games came out, and everyone was like,
"Oh, that
and it got a PG-13 rating.
I saw that with like
class.
my class at school, and we like
what
read.
grade were you in?
I'm not going to share that information with you. I don't care. It was grade 7,
Grade 7?
okay? Oh no. Well, if it was grade 7 when the movie came out, none of you are going to bother to do that.
No one cares.
I don't even care.
No one's listening to this anyway.
No one cares. Anyways, basically what happened is that I'm like, hey,
if
you know what?
Thank you.
Like afterwards, like I don't know what I was like, but because
you
they
were
got
not offended.
No, I felt like I was going in with the mindset of they are going to change things.
Right.
But I will not be offended when it happens. So no. I wasn't like that was one of the weirdest things for me that I actually.
Oh, that you didn't care when.
No, that I didn't
changed.
like when things were changed. I'm like, okay, well that was cooler in the book, but you know what?
Whatever.
I don't care. Like, who cares? Like, guess what? They got the main points of the book across. They got the main. Like,
I feel like when that movie came out, a lot of people actually had read the book, and so instead of just like the like small group of people who had actually read the book, it was like a larger group of people, and so like it felt like more people were like, but they changed this one thing.
Yeah, the only thing that I was really disappointed about in the movie was just Madge. That was about it, though. They got rid of Madge. They got rid of Madge's character, and then Madge's mom becomes a character and then Madge's mom is a character in the second book.
Yeah,
and so that's the only thing at this point with second Hunger Games. I really wanted them to watch Haymitch's Hunger Games.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Because I could imagine the scene of just like Katniss and Peeta being like, "Oh, you want to watch? Do you want to watch the last quarter quell or whatever?" And it's like, hey, isn't that a game Haymitch one? It's like, yep, let's watch it.
Let's watch it. It'll be great.
It'll be great. Like I felt like they.
It's really like the necessary backstory for his character.
Yeah, because then after they watch that, Haymitch is just like drunk. Like, well, he's always drunk. He was more drunk in the second movie, but basically,
which is good.
Yeah, which is great. Which is
why that was the best one.
Yeah, but basically, yes, it's still the best one. Okay, so basically, that was great. I could just imagine the scene in the movie how they're just kind of like watching it, and then they're just kind of like wow, and then Haymitch is like yep, and then it's like oh shit, you were there the whole time, and he's like yep, like just kind of drunk about like comes up from like behind a couch or something like that.
But what I was gonna originally say, is that the movie got rated PG-13 because they did a lot of shaky cam and like tried to hide violence and stuff because it is kids killing each other. Yeah, and then everyone was like, "Oh my god, this movie has kids killing each other, and it's only rated PG-13." I'm offended.
it's like
shut up.
What do you want from me?
Firstly, shut up. It's just a movie. And secondly, then everyone who saw it was like, "Oh my gosh, this movie has way too much shaky cam. I wish I could see the violence." So it's like,
what do you want from us?
I feel this kind of the same way about like Amazing Spider-Man and stuff. Where it's like the studio made changes to like to like not offend people, and then or to like. Because the studio's dumb.
Like
everyone's like, "Oh, the movie's dumb because they chose to do this," and it's like, but they weren't allowed to do the other thing.
Blame Sony. Just blame Sony, Sony. People. And then like people are like, you know what? They actually got another director for the second Hunger Games.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because
of the shaky cam. That was like one of the main reasons. Because they got the same guy back for Mockingjay.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? You know what's weird? that Captain America Winter Soldier has shaky cam, but it was good.
But it's really well done.
It's really well done.
Because they
cam.
know how to do it properly. They're not just shaking a camera so that you can't see anything.
Yeah.
And Hunger Games was going for like a really disoriented kind of feel.
Yeah, so I think that's perfect. Like if your adrenaline's pumping, of course, like everything's going to look like shaky cam to you. So I think that's a good idea to actually implement that into a movie.
It actually works in a lot of the scenes. It's just people were like, "Oh, shaky cam," and so they had to change it for the second one.
Yeah.
Which I think worked for most of the second one. The second one was pretty good. The second was great.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
but the
watching
first
it again, I was like, "There's no climax to this movie," and I didn't notice that the first time I saw it.
Yeah,
it just feels weird.
guess so. I guess, yeah. Yeah, you're right. But you know what? The first Hunger Games is missing Swing Kids music. That's the only thing it's missing.
Why would it have Swing Kids?
Because it needs music from Swing Kids.
It has its own themes.
You know what? This is like the better version of that theme. I'm gonna find it right now.
Look it up.
Oh,
Swing Hell, Swing Kids.
It's Swing Heil. It's actually by James Horner.
I'm looking from far away. It's the same guy who did the music.
No, it's James Newton Howard did Hunger Games.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it is your bad. It's actually your terrible.
This is very quiet music. Oh, I hear it slightly. We're just gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
Our podcast, or just music from Swing Kids.
Let's just listen to all 5.5 minutes of this.
Just skip to the good part.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what the good part is. But
is this it?
Give me a second.
What's that? What was that like?
That was the chair.
That was a chair sitting on. This is taking forever.
Shh. This is when it gets really good. This is the part where she. That's when she does the thing to District 11 with her hand.
the salute.
Yeah.
The 3-finger thing.
Yeah. So are you on board with that? Like, this would be amazing in the Hunger Games.
It's fine. I guess.
It's probably one of my favorite ending moments of Swing Kids. So it's like, hey, you're not a dick. You're a human being.
With Batman.
That's the whole movie. The whole movie is Batman.
Christian Bale's in it.
And Leonard Sean Robert.
Because he's a British guy. Or wait, is he Australian?
Anyways,
he's
an
Australian
actor, a German with a British accent.
No, with an American accent. They have American accents.
No, he's British.
In the movie.
Yeah,
Christian Bale is British. Is he British? Whatever.
Yeah. No one likes British actors. So.
But
I know. I thought that was funny that Hugh Jackman was an American. And
is he playing an American?
No, he's a German.
No, is Hugh Jackman playing an American in The Prestige?
Maybe.
I want to say he is, because otherwise there's no reason for him to have an American accent.
He has an incredible American accent. I can't even, like,
all British actors can do a good American accent.
I know, but, like, Hugh Jackman, he, like, sounds like a totally different person when he's not American accent.
Yeah, when he's actually has his
I'm like, oh, shit, you actually have an Australian accent. Yeah. I totally forgot, like, until you're seeing him in interviews. There's some actors like that, like Andrew Garfield.
Australian.
Andrew Garfield
has a bad British accent.
He
sounds like he's an American doing a really bad British accent. Listen to any interview of Andrew Garfield.
Do you want me to pull that up on terrible YouTube again? Or?
No. I hate YouTube. I'm just kidding. You know what sucks about Google?
Everything.
Alright, here's a dumb first world problem. At my school, we have to sign into Google to use any class that I'm in. But if I'm working on something for my class at home, I have to sign out of my my YouTube account and then sign back into my other account. But then I have to like sign out like 3 more times. I probably have
there's 3 more layers of
because I probably have like 8 more tabs.
And they ask you your security questions.
Google and YouTube.
They ask you your security questions.
No, because the
letters beginning with G. This G-shaped letter comes after F and before H?
No, because like Google.
That'd be a great security question.
Because like Google has because the Google Classroom stuff, it makes you sign in, and then it brings you to the school board page, and then you have to sign in again.
I don't even know what I am. I got Google Plus on my Google Apps account, which is also which apparently is different from my Google Apps account is like the same thing as my Google.wrdsb account,
Right.
which is like so stupid. And I'm like, it just confuses the shit out of me.
And
then the Chromebooks. Don't get me started on Chromebooks.
Chromebooks are the worst. Don't buy a Chromebook.
Don't use Chromebooks. Just get like a computer lab.
Get a regular computer and download Chrome.
No. The computer lab comes to you. Whose idea was this?
Have you used a netbook though?
Yeah.
Those are fine.
Those are fun because there's a little red dot in the middle that becomes the mouse.
They're like tiny laptops. And they're fine.
They're like tiny little laptops.
And then Google Chromebooks are like tiny laptops that only can use Chrome. Because it's apparently all you need.
All you need is Chrome. But all you need is Chrome. But
we have to sign in. Okay. Do you want to do any of the other topics that I have written down?
I don't know.
Before this is over, or
we're almost.
Or do you want to end it now? Or
I think we're just done. Like
we're just done for today.
Welcome to Chromecast.
Right.
Do you know how to properly stop this?
You just hit stop. I'm pretty sure.
But what if it deletes the whole thing?
Or maybe you hit record. Yeah, I think you hit record. That didn't work. Okay. Well, let's say goodbye. All right.
Stop.
Okay. It'll be stop. All right. Thank you for listening. If you actually did.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might put this on SoundCloud if I figure out how to do that. But this will be on YouTube for now. Anyways, thank you for listening.
Bye.
That's it for now. Goodbye.
Bye.